been through some dark times. Sometimes I even felt like I wanted to die. But forget that, I would never try. I'd never run away before it was my time.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Coach Johnny video. This video is going to cover T-push drills for you. There's some very good key points I want to make for you to get, and make sure you get it right during this video. Start off slow and hold the weight on that gliding for a long time. Practice this. This helps you with good form. It also helps build strength in your legs, and it gets you to double check that you're doing it correctly. Secondly, the weight on that gliding foot is on the balls of your feet. You are stopping with the front of your blade in the balls of your feet. I do this because I don't like to waste movement, don't like extra steps, but there are alternatives, and I will talk about that in a little bit. Again, as always, order of movement: eyes, head, stick, gloves, your feet will follow. Always remember this. This is a rule throughout everything. And finally, recovery of your pushing or striding leg is only after you have stopped with your gliding foot. There is no 2-foot gliding in this drill. Your pushing power leg is always dragging behind you until you stop, then it recovers underneath you. These T-push drills are useful because they build strength in our legs, get us used to certain movements, and they translate into other movements that we may do. For example, here you see me rotating, and it can translate into a butterfly slide. These rotation T-pushes make such a difference. Some of the keys here are covered in C-cuts. So if you didn't watch my C-cut video, make sure you do that. I got a couple C-cut skating drills to practice. As you can see here, the direction I want to go with my stick versus the direction of where my feet are, and my power foot. My power foot is 90 degrees to where I want to go. My gliding foot toes point to where I want to go. Very important to get a good strong push. Weight goes over the gliding foot and stop. Recovery underneath after completing my stop. Okay, let's touch on a touchy subject for some, is how I stop. I don't like to waste time, so I'm stopping on the balls of my feet. My weight stays over my foot. I realize maybe it's not the most up-to-date stuff. This is what I do so not to waste time. There are other people out there that are now using a very much more straighter leg and a mid blade or a heel stop, or even just a different style of leg extension and then rotating the foot back underneath to minimize wear and damage as you're growing up. I don't know everything on this. I'm not saying my way is the only way. I'm just saying, me personally, I stop with my weight on that toe, over my toes, so I don't have to reset my weight or change anything. Okay, the next point I want to make is to make sure your gliding foot has a lot of weight on it, and you hold that foot during a glide. Holding that allows you to recognize deficiencies or wrong things with your hands, gloves, sticks, weight, anything. It also builds good form as you practice holding that, then recovering underneath. Okay, so our first drill is flat T-pushes. As you can see here, everything's flat, facing one direction. I'm just pushing left to right. T-pushes left to right. I'm not allowing my shoulders and hips to twist to allow myself to get around. Only do I rotate the foot from underneath my hip area to get it so it points in the right direction. My gloves are pretty stable, my head's up, my chest is up, everything stays as square as I can to our imaginary shooter, in this case, the end boards. This next one is a 45 turn while still moving dead flat. As you can see, I'm just turning my body a bit to point to, say, a new target or whatever. I'm looking 45s to my body, moving 90 degrees to where I'm standing, but my head and hands turn to 45. See it point to the camera, stop. I am flat on that red line. Point, stop. The next drill is a 45 T-push, and I'm moving forward. So I'm always headed at a 45 from wherever I'm standing. I'm trying to go right or left one, then the other direction 2, then back 2. I'm using that red line kind of as a guide here. Weights over the gliding foot. It's a decently sized movement, but not too big. Always pointed forward, always pushing gloves and stick out. My blocker is not stuck to my pad. It's not moving with that leg. Same with my glove. The next variation is just one to the left, one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. As you notice, all the time you can see my foot swivel and stop, and then my other leg recover. Watch here, stop, recover. Stop, recover. Stop, recover. That back leg is always dragging on the ice. It's never lifting off the ice. It's never gliding parallel with my other foot. Okay, the final drill here is a backwards T-push I would use to get to our post from going from the top of the crease. As you can see here, it consists of a hard seat cut, getting around, eyes, head, and stick come around, and then a big long T-push all the way back. And some of the keys are I'm trying to point my stick 90 degrees to where I'm traveling so that I would be facing a shot. The other thing is I'm always gliding, weights on that front foot really strong, and I'm really trying to make it a big long push, because to go back to our post, it's usually a big long push if the puck's moved down low. Also dragging that back foot, stopping, then recovering under. As you can see here, it's a big strong C-cut here. Weights on my one foot, transfer the weight over the gliding foot, big strong push, stop with effort, make it nice and crisp. Watch the stick and gloves where they're pointed as I'm doing this movement. They're not pointed where I'm going, they're pointed 90 degrees to where I'm going. So I'm looking at the possible play. There you go. There's a couple basic T-push drills for you to go work on your own. Remember to work hard at these. We want big long strides on some of them, short strides on others. But you got to have that weight over that gliding foot. Practice it slow. Hold the positions. Hold the stop. When you stop, double check everything. Then do the next one. It's not meant to be done at full speed right off. If you're having troubles with these, check your order of movements or go see my video about C-cuts or some of the other videos. Meantime, thanks for watching Coach Johnny. Hope you enjoy this and we'll get more videos out to you soon.
It's hard to say if these words are really mine. Sometimes I just write whatever comes to my mind. It's crazy all the stuff that comes out in these lines when I rhyme and I